Hey, good morning, guys. It is another beautiful day in North Carolina. It's a Friday, and as we approach the weekend, I'm looking forward to what it holds. There's a lot going on. But today I want to start back on baby step number 4, and that has to do with investing 15% of your income into retirement, which, of course, Dave recommends Roth IRA, 401ks, up to the match, etc. And today, of course, I'm going to be talking about the magic of compound interest. I'm going to talk about how those numbers can multiply dramatically and how it's impacted me even at my ripe young age of 23. So, of course, he says do 15%. There's two main ways that you can do it. One is through your Roth IRA, which is an after-tax program. So once you get your paycheck, you pay your taxes, then you put money in, and that money grows tax-free. And when you take it out, no matter how much it's worth, you don't pay taxes on it. That's the Roth IRA. With the 401k, it's where you're putting your money in, and your money goes into the 401k, then they take out the taxes of what's left over, and it's tax deferred until you take the money out. So once you take the money out of your 401k, then you pay taxes on that money. That's a very, very quick explanation. Dave recommends that when you put your money in, most companies will do a match of some sort. So he recommends do the 401k up to the match. So if they do like a 100% match up to 2%, put 2% into your 401k to get the instant match back. Then put the rest into your 401k up to the maximum contribution limit. Then go ahead and do the rest into your 401k just to get some money rolling. That's going to be the very basic of what I'm going to explain with Roth IRA and then the 401k. Because what really I want to get across is the magic of compounding interest. And so just to kind of re-explain the idea, compound interest is money multiplying on top of your money and doing it again and again and again. So just to make it simple, let's say you've got $10,000. All right, so you're investing $10,000 into a Roth IRA or 401k, and you're going to get 10% interest paid on it. So that means the next year that $10,000 is going to earn 10% interest, which means it is worth it's worth $11,000 because it's earned $1,000 in interest. So 10,000 plus 1,000, about $11,000. With the next year, if it earns another 10%, you're going to get 10% on the $11,000. So that means you're going to get another $1,000 for your $10,000. Then that $1,000 that you would earn the previous year is going to earn you $100. So that year you're going to make $1,100. Well, then the next year you're going to make 10% on that $1,000. Or on the $10,000, on the $2,000 in interest that you've earned, and then on that extra $100. So then it turns into like $1,210, something like that. The math is starting to get a little more complex. But anyway, and so it just compounds and compounds and compounds, and every time you're earning money on the money, when it grows, you start earning more money because of the money that grew. So that's how compound interest works. Now, the first few years, while 10% is significant in the whole scheme of things, I just hit something, ran over something. In the first couple of years at 10%, you're not going to see huge results. But after 20, 30 years, that money really, really starts to compound in a massive way. So just to kind of get an idea, I did a 12% average for 35 years at $3,000 a year. Okay, and that's not a ton of money. That's like not even $300 a month. It's between $275. I think it's probably about $275, give or take, a month. So that's $3,000 a year. If you invested that for 35 years, which really isn't even a full career's time, in 35 years at 12%, you are going to earn roughly $2 million at 12%. Now, it's not quite $2 million, but I mean, you're within $20,000. $2 million on less than $300 a month for 35 years. So that meant if you carried it out for 5 more years, let's just say it did reach that $2 million mark, and you're going to be getting 10% interest on it. Okay, so that $2 million earning 10%, that's 200 grand a year. So you're putting in 300 bucks a month, and all of a sudden you're starting to make 20 grand a month on interest. So that is how amazing compound interest works and how quickly it can grow. You know, imagine if it were $5 million, okay? Let's say you really step it up and you've got a really good employer match, and you know, it's made itself up to $5 million. Okay, 10% of that per year, that's $500,000 a year. Now, let's say that you've got a really good income. Let's say that, you know, you make a couple $100 grand a year, and you know, you got 15% going in, so you got, you know, maybe the maximum contributions for IRA and 401k plus match. And let's say by the time you are able to retire, you've got 20 million bucks, which I've run some numbers. You got to be averaging a pretty good interest rate. I'm not gonna lie, but if you made it up to $20 million and you're averaging a 10% rate of return on 20 million bucks, that's $2 million a year, which at that point you're at what, you know, $167,000 a month. You know, 40 grand a week. Let's see, that's like what, 6 grand a day. You know, like, and you're only starting out. I mean, you got a good income and all, but I mean, think about that. 6 grand a day. That's incredible. I mean, imagine what you could do. I mean, I'm a car guy. I don't want to buy cars. I mean, 6 grand a day. I can get a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Porsche, all in the same year. I mean, I can do a ton of stuff. Now imagine what you can do when you give that away too. I mean, that's incredible. All the people you could be a blessing to, but that's with compounding interest. It really can work for you. Imagine going back to the other steps. When you're paying the banks, you know, 18, 20%, they're doing the exact same to you as to what your 401k can be doing for you, or your Roth IRA can be doing for you. So that's just something to consider. The amount of finances that really can come about with compound interest. It really works for you, and it can work hard. And the nice thing is, once you've really got it built up, you can sit back a little bit more and you can relax a little bit more. So that's the beauty of compound interest and how amazing of a plan it can be and how well it can work for you. We'll talk about investing later, but I want to tell you a little bit now about how it's impacted my life. Okay, so at this point, you know, my 401k, actually I got 2 401ks through my other job that I used to have, but you know, it's not a huge number at this point, because really I've only been doing the 401k for just a little bit over a year. I've done the Dave Ramsey thing and I'm putting my 15% in, but you know, I don't make $1 million a year, so I don't have, you know, tons and tons of money that I've been able to put into this thing. But I will tell you this, my first 401k that I had through my old job, I've had that now for a little more than a year, and I have earned roughly, last year I did about 14% on that. And you know, you can definitely tell this month alone, just from it sitting how it was, it's made about $200 just sitting. Now, in saying that, the stock market has done relatively well this month. You know, I'm not going to put that down. In fact, for me, the stock market has been very good to me and my wife this month. Yesterday, a stock that we bought jumped 9%, which, you know, you can't expect that on a day-to-day basis, and you know, it's likely to fall back down today. But 9% in a single day, that was incredible. But you know, so compound interest and how it's affected me, so far it has affected me very well, because even on my little bit that I put in from my first 401k and it earned me $200 this month, I'm gonna let that sit and do its own thing, let it grow. Of course, you know, I don't intend on touching it. I might end up rolling it over into my new 401k just to kind of simplify a few things, but at the same time, it's a little bit more of diversification, and it's invested in a different type of portfolio. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do about that, but you know, right now it's been working. That's the key to understanding. I'm not wealthy yet. I feel like I've been financially responsible enough that, you know, we don't have to worry about stuff as much as we might have had to in the beginning. But, you know, I can tell you the plan works. It's been working for me. I've been doing it strong for about a year, and I haven't even been able to see true, like, real results yet. I mean, yeah, I've seen real results, but, you know, I don't have a portfolio that's so big that, you know, it pays my income. It's not that big yet, but just seeing the results of it already gives me the assurance that we're on the right track, we're doing the right thing with it, and, you know, in its own time, it will be something that will be, you know, pretty substantial. And, you know, it's one of those things, you can relax knowing that you've got a plan set for yourself, and that you've got goals, and that those goals are being accomplished. So that's really going to end today's video, just kind of telling you the position of that and how well it's been doing, and why I strongly encourage it. Maybe at another time we can discuss investment strategies and just kind of maybe some plans to get where you want to be. But so far I can tell you I've been happy with it, and the plan definitely works. So baby step 4 is your 15% into retirement. Go at it strong, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks guys.